Okay, what's going on, guys? We're going to go over the meta skill move for 23 and 22 because the game has now changed. As you probably know from the update, some skill moves have been buffed. There's a lot of skill moves that you might see in the pro scene that are being used now, which you probably didn't think about using before. So let's go straight into it. So the first one I'll talk about is the body feint. Now, don't forget, off title update number 14, they've increased the way the body feint exits, or the animation speed of it. So it's very, very effective. And you can see this if you go into arena or you go against a computer. You can see this works very, very well. You can exit one way and then feint the other way. It's very, very simple. You move the right analog stick one way. So for example, like this, depending on which way you're facing. So you move the right analog stick either to the left or to the right, and then you exit with the left analog stick. So I'll show you. I'm going to body feint to the right hand side and I'm going to exit to the left. Now, this is the thing. Did you see that how sometimes the game does a ball roll? So the way that I do it is I flick it twice. And that way you force the body feint. This is a quick NealGuides trick. So I actually flick it twice. And that way you avoid that issue. Because sometimes depending on which angle you're at, the game might decide to do a ball roll. Or if you're too slow, the game will do a ball roll. But you can see even to beat the goalkeeper is very, very effective. Just because of the way the animation is and how quickly you can actually move away from your opponent. So don't forget, there's been an animation increase, and I think the body feint is very, very useful. Now, the way I would use it is in a 1v1. If someone is up against you and you need to go into an exit, but the fake shot gives you a bit too much of an across angle and you can't make a 45 angle going forward, you want to get a complete exit towards the 90 degrees, then the body feint is a really good way, because it also gives the animation of, okay, which way am I going? And then you can exit with the left analog stick as quick as you want. And also you can exit backwards as well. Don't forget, you don't have to just exit forward. People always think, oh, look, with the body feint, you have to exit forwards. But no, you can actually, in theory, walk towards someone and then, for example, exit backwards. So it does give you that 360 exit like the fake shot. So the best way to do it is timing. When the goalkeeper's coming out or when the player's coming out, and of course you go into that animation. Very, very simple. Basically every single player can do it. The next one is the ball roll cut, the new skill move. Now the ball roll cut is a new skill move now. It's very, very simple. All you want to do is you want to hold the L1 button and you want to flick the right analog stick backwards twice. And you do it. Now this is the thing that's very, very important. I've seen a lot of players doing this incorrectly. They're forgetting to press the L1 button, or they're not pressing it at all. So you end up getting this animation. Well, this animation is completely different from this one. As you can see, when you do the ball cut, the ball not only moves further away from the player's feet, which gives you a better gap, but it's a quick animation. So I see a lot of players are doing like this, saying, oh, everyone talks about it, but it's just too slow. Your body, it turns very, very slow, but they're doing the wrong skill move. Don't forget the L1 button and you flick it back twice. And you can see when you do it, look how much further the ball goes away from you. And that gives you the angle to take that shot across goal if the defender is right next to you. But also it's the way that you exit. You exit at a much quicker angle. You can see how the ball is moving very, very quickly, and it's very, very good. And what I would suggest, if you're running across the box and there's someone there, you could use it, for example, there, or if you're running across the goal like that, you can use it to create the angle. That in combination with a low driven, I think is very, very effective. If you run like this way, then you do it like that and use a low driven, it does create that angle. So that's something I would recommend. Where to use it, I'll be honest, I think down the wing is the best. If you're running inside the box and you want to bring it back then and just cross the ball back inside the box, you can do that. Or if you want to take your finesse shot, it's a really good way to push yourself on the dime, because you see other skill moves like a fake shot, the ball stays really close to you. Yes, you can do like a running fake shot, but with this skill move, the ball is just far away from you to kind of go up towards the ball and then take a shot. And that's why I think the exit speed is probably the most important thing. And don't forget, it's relative to the way you're facing, because if you're facing forward, you move it backwards twice. If you're running to the right hand side like that, then you move it backwards behind you. So you're moving it right analog stick backwards to whichever way your player is facing. And don't forget, you hold the L1 button and you do it. That way you push the ball a bit more forward. That's the way that tricks the opponents, because you see, you don't know what you're doing, but if you use the ball roll cut, you push the ball forward just a tiny bit, which gives the element of, okay, which way are you going? And that is that one, and that is a 4-star skill move, don't forget. Then we have the ball roll scoop, which is still overpowered. It's very, very simple. You just want to do a ball roll, and then you do a scoop after that. This is a 5. Technically, it can be done with a 4-star, but you can't. I would just say it's a 5-star skill move. It's very simple. It's a combination of first doing a ball roll, which is holding the analog stick for about a second, so either to left and right, because if you flick it, you get the body feint. So the ball roll is just a little bit longer, so just a half a second longer, and you get the ball roll, and then you combine a scoop with it. Now, the scoop is very, very simple. It's a fake shot, but you want to exit in a 45-degree angle. So you first will do a ball roll. So let's say to the player's left or right. So red will be the first action, which would be the ball roll. So either to the player's left or to the player's right. And then we're going to call the scoop. And that's then the 45-degree angle exit. So what I recommend is going into the practice arena and just practicing. So like here, you can see like this ball roll. Oops, that was a missed button there. Ball roll and scoop. Very, very simple. Ball roll and scoop. Now, if you don't do the 45-degree angle exit, you're going to end up doing something else like this. Or like, for example, like this. Or you might misregister it completely, or you just do it independently, do a ball roll, and you do a fake shot away. So just remember, you might do it like that. So just remember the ball roll and a 45-degree angle. It does take some time to get used to, but once you get it, it's very, very effective. Now, once you've learned that, you want to do it the opposite way. So that's the first way to learn it, okay? Then you want to do it the opposite way. So if you're going to do a ball roll this way, you want to scoop the opposite direction. Okay, so you want to do, for example, a ball roll and a scoop. And that is what takes the ball away, because what happens is the ball moves like this and then it gets moved away very, very quickly. When someone is reacting, let's say your opponent over here is reacting to that, they're going to see you doing a ball roll, but the scoop then keeps the ball on the inside of your foot. And that's what protects the ball. Because when you do a scoop, if you have a look at the animation here, the ball protects it initially if the player's on your left-hand side, when I was left-hand side. And then the scoop, you can see the ball gets protected by your right foot. So when you do it, it also combination with a quick, and to be honest, it should have been nerfed in my opinion, but you can see how quickly you can manipulate the ball. You see that? See how quickly the animation is? Now, I do hope this is very much nerfed next year. I hope they do nerf it. But in my opinion, it's just a bit too overpowered, because you can get through, for example, a goalkeeper like that. You can see, look how fast Ronaldo does it. The animation is actually quicker than the goalkeeper's moving. And that is why it's too effective, because you can actually bring the ball somewhere, get the ball close up, and then exit very, very quickly. Don't forget, that is a 5-star skill move. The next one we're going to go over is the step overs. Very, very simple. You just move the right analog stick basically from the 12 o'clock all the way to 9 o'clock. It's very, very simple. Anyone can do this as well. On a more elaborate level, what I recommend is doing like a combination of like an elastico, which I'll show you in a second. But very, very simple. Just move it like this, flick it up as like that, and you get a step over. You can just do like a singular one. And don't forget, they've increased the animation speed of this as well. So where this was not effective or as effective as this, kind of brings it back to the last year's step overs before the nerf. But you can see again, just like the body feint, those two skill moves in combination, they're just very, very effective. The step overs works even better because it kind of forces the foot on the right hand side and then you turn. But have a look at this turn. Let's focus. If you want, slow this video down. Have a look at, for example, how quickly the exit is. And I think that's where the skill move really flushes. It's the exit. So that's very, very simple to do. And on a higher level, you can do a complete, for example, from 12 o'clock all the way, so 12 o'clock all the way to 9 o'clock. And then you get that ball roll, step over. And then you get the elastico skill move as well with it. It's something that you can do on a higher level. For those that are watching that want to take your gameplay to the higher level, don't forget, like this, and just move it around like that. Well, that's not the correct one. Get it right here. Let's not mess it up. Like that, the ball roll scoop. So if you're inside the box, for example, and like, let's say you're running like this, it's very, very effective to do it. And you can get the angle. The key thing is, I'll say just wait for the skill move. Is when you do it, wait for the step over first. Like do a step over and then combine it together. You see it? That's the key thing, because people do it too quickly. So wait for it and then do it. So just kind of let the animation come in. Okay, is animation coming in? And then do it. That way you get the combination of the two skill moves together. Otherwise, if you do it too slow, you'll have, for example, a gap. So if I do it too slow, you'll see like here. And then like here, you'll do it like that. Or like you might initiate 2 step overs. You kind of want to do just 1 step over, because otherwise 2 step overs is enough for your opponent to get through. And if you do it too quickly, it just registers as an elastico, or sometimes it might just initiate a step over and not the skill move. So remember, just hold it there for like a second and you get the initial complete lock over through of the animation. And then the final thing I want to go over, and before I actually go through the final one, I suppose I haven't done this for a long time. You shout out my FIFA School Series, patreon.com/NealGuides. And by the way, we're still making videos on 22 and 23 onwards. So of course, all FIFA 23 videos will be there. But people always ask me at this stage of the game, why join? I go over the basics and the fundamentals. Whether you join now or you join in February, the fundamentals, they never change. And you're going to see a lot of these skill moves, a lot of things that I teach you, it's all about the basics. And that way you learn FIFA from a basic point of view and you're good at any FIFA. And that's why the principles that you learn how to defend, using the third man to create space, triggering a player, should you when change tactics in games, it works for any FIFA. So remember that. Wherever you learn, this is not like other guys that just teach you the meta, teach you the mechanic of using, and that's it. My one's a bit different. We teach you the fundamentals. You learn FIFA the right way. If you're looking for a quick and easy solution to FIFA, my FIFA School is not it. If you're looking to get better for the rest of your life, then my FIFA School is for you. Link is down below in the description. And let's go with the final skill move, which is the Lakoketa. Lakoketa is a very, very good skill move. There hasn't really been a buff from Title Update 14 in terms of how the animation is. But it still is very, very effective. Don't think of it like the FIFA 19 Lakoketa. But the reason why it's so effective is inside the box, now AI defending, don't forget, it's become a bit more manual. So what happens is that when you do it, if you do it with a fake shot in particular, it freezes the opponent. So if, for example, you do now, of course, this is a goalkeeper. But if I do, for example, a fake shot stop, which is just a fake shot with no left analog stick movement, because if you move the left analog stick, you start moving direction. But if you just do a fake shot, you stop on a spot and you face the goalkeeper. You see that? Bam. So if I do a fake shot backwards, watch this, fake shot, the game forces you to face the goalkeeper. Now what I do after that is a Lakoketa, very, very simple, a 4-star skill move, L1 button, and you hold the Lako ball either to the left or to the right. Very, very simple. So the way that I do it is, I do a, wherever I'm facing, a fake shot stop, and then a Lakoketa, like here, fake shot stop, and Lakoketa. And it's very, very effective if, for example, you're inside the box, and you freeze, and again, don't forget, this is the goalkeeper. If you freeze, for example, a defender, and then you move into the space. So what it is used to beat a defender. So let's say there's a defender over there, you're basically doing a fake shot stop, you stop on a spot, and then you're doing Lakoketa to then push in. Now don't forget, with manual jockeying being inside the game, and AI defending, remember, there's a patch, remember, you cannot no longer run into the ball and get the ball as easily as you once did. And a lot of people are still doing that. And that is why the fake shot stop into Lakoketa is a really, really good way to get past. And I think if they've changed it this year, they're probably going to keep that same thing in FIFA 23. They released a patch now. Why would they release a patch so close to FIFA 23? I can only assume it's because they want to put that or see those things inside the game, put it in 23. So I'm pretty sure from my just general guess, I'll say, it's probably going to be inside the game. This patch was in like January, would be a different thing. But I think because it's so close to where the game is, you can pretty much guess. And as I said, don't forget, as I said, defenders, they don't lock on anymore. Before, you can use the run and jockey, and you still can. You can still, with the run and jockey, the way it works is you can still basically run and jockey and go into the person and get the ball. That is if you run into it. But let's say, for example, someone's using the run and jockey and your opponent moves a bit to the left, you can no longer get that ball guaranteed. The only other way is if you use the run and jockey, but you stand back and let him run into you. But a lot of players, they don't understand that, and they're still doing that. Okay, let me just run at him like a maniac, not press the tackle button. And that's where the fake shot stop and Lakoketa works very, very well. Anywhere inside the box it works well. It's just, if you're like really, really struggling, there's no gap, just do the fake shot stop, Lakoketa, create the gap, and it works even better with, of course, a 5-star week. So anyways, that is some skill moves. Hopefully, I think that's 5 in total, maybe even 6 with some combinations that you can use in FIFA 22 and definitely practice FIFA 23. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, the video is sponsored by Patreon series, patreon.com/NealGuides. Link is down below in the description where you can see more examples of this. And of course, more videos, and of course, the ball rolls and sprint exit as well. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, of course. I'll catch you next time. Peace out, guys.